Well, good morning, YouTubers. Sorry for the wind, it's a little windy here. Today I'm standing in McLean, Texas. And we're here at the Devil's Rope Museum here. This is a free museum to visit here on Route 66. We're going to go inside. We're going to check out all the different iterations of the Devil's Rope and see what this museum's about. Let's go check it out. All right. They have soil samples from all over Texas, which is really weird. I've never seen that before. Pretty nice little spot here. Big Longhorn. Big old Route 66 gas pump. We've seen quite a few of those on our travels. Let's go check out some of this stuff over here. Decorative shoes. Sad iron. Never heard of one of those. Pretty cool little cases of some whatnots and some art and things. The windmills of Texas. Windmills. It's not a meal, it's a mill. Can't talk sometimes. My Indiana accent gets the better of me sometimes. This guy doesn't look like he survived it very well, but he survived it for sure. Some old pictures, disaster stuff. Lots of old pictures of dust storms. Maybe that was from the Dust Bowl back in those days. Dust clouds. Look at those pictures. Some really good old photography right there. That's pretty cool. Different stuff. You can actually buy these things, which is pretty cool. Here's some examples of some different barbed wire. The Devil's Rope, as they say. This is the meat and potatoes of it, I guess. Old branding irons, look at those. I mean, there's one thing that I associate Texas with, that's definitely some branding irons. For sure. These are all the ranch claims from history, I would think. Some of the tools for farriers. I think that's what they're called. People that do horseshoes and ox shoes. Pretty cool stuff. Here's some art made out of barbed wire. That's really cool. Armadillo. Roadrunner. Cowboy making some beans. There's a lot of art. Look at this. Cowboy hat. Made out of barbed wire. Looks like a brassiere. Pretty cool. Pretty funny. The Final Mile. Cool stuff. Scorpion. Out of all my time in the West here, I have yet to see a snake or a scorpion. So yeah, it's kind of crazy being out here and not seeing things like that. There's saddle stirrups. Pretty cool. Some more branding irons. I'm gonna guess that this is probably a machine that makes that stuff. Yep. This is a machine that makes different kinds of barbed wire. You can see right here. It's probably makes a whole fence out of it. It probably doesn't actually make the barbed wire itself. Might be wrong. Still pretty cool. Another version of the barbed wire. Can't really see. There's probably a little better of a view of it. Called a drift fence. And these are older barbed wire examples. That one's from 1879, 1877. Wartime stuff, wartime barbed wire there, probably for the 1940s, so it'd be World War II era stuff. Here's an example of some of the plate style barbed wire. That's pretty hardcore right there. Look at this. Some of these are real nasty. Like that one's got some nails hanging out the bottom there. Pretty neat. And these are railroad wires. Kind of like cattle guards. Maybe to stop the cattle from being on the tracks, maybe. Here is a barbed wire machine. Yeah, this is a barbed wire manufacturing machine here. Got the little spool of wire down here, and then you twist it through, and somehow in the end here you get the start of barbed wire there. It's pretty cool. Oh, look at that one. Pretty nasty stuff. And we even got a little display for decorative fence stuff. All the old antique fencing you see around. This is the decorative parts of those wrought iron fences. Big spool of barbed wire there. And this looks like brass wire or copper. Pretty neat. Some examples of some staples. Some more barbed wire art, it looks like, and some paintings and things. I don't know what that is. Just examples. It's just an example board, or a wire sketcher is what it's called. I'd love to have that, hang that in the van. That'd be really cool. Got some more examples over here. These things are rad. I really like those. Some more wire art. The matador. Some little cowboys, cowgirls dancing and roping. More examples of some different barbed wires and where they're from. That little tree. Wagon, a windmill, a little barn. So cool. Here's an example of some of the tools that you would need to use to build a fence, to put some barbed wire on. Some antique tools. There's some more of them. Post hole diggers. And some of these are creepy looking. Look at that thing. That looks like a claw from a claw machine. That's pretty cool. Old school electric digger. Probably from the 60s and 50s. Yep. 12 volt from the 50s. Another 12 volt, and this one's 40s. When they first started using electricity for that stuff. This is a rock shale digger, that big thing right here in the middle. Followed by the little ones, these rock shale hole diggers. Blacksmith's forge here. See the anvil and tools. And there's his coal burner where he heats up the iron there to shape it. So good art of old school blacksmith shop. My first video ever was in Tombstone, and I got to talk to the blacksmith there for a little bit and look at his little shop there. So if you want to see that, go watch that video. It doesn't have very many views, but it's not a very good video, but it's my first video and I'm proud of it. So go check that out. Old West wagon. This is what they would have used. And this fence here was made first back in the Old West there. They had some horses and all the things they needed in that wagon there to build a fence to keep the cattle in and the other dangerous animals out, maybe. This is pretty cool. That's decorative barbed wire. And this is the example of how they make slat fences and how they tension the wire between those. These look like something they would use for planting. Cool. A wire clamp. I have no idea about anything about check row planning, but if you want to read some of it, it's right there. Pretty neat stuff. Well guys, I think that's gonna take care of the Devil's Rope Museum here in McLean, and we're gonna go on down the road here and see what else we can see. So I'll catch back up with you in a bit. Alright guys, we made it a little bit down the road here. We're currently in Shamrock, Texas. Don't mind the wind noise. I apologize for that. It is a little windy today, but nonetheless, we're going to keep on trucking. We are in Shamrock, Texas, here at the Conoco Tower. Old Route 66 gas station here that is absolutely beautiful. But I think there might be a museum inside that we could check out, so we're going to do that. I'm going to give you a quick shot of the outside of the building here so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna go inside and see if it's okay if I film in here or not, so I'll check back in a second. Place is definitely inspiration for the movie Cars, and also inspiration for you know, the Cars land in Disneyland. If you can't see that, you know, just by the influence of the building here, I mean, they have all kinds of Cars stuff in there, and obviously they have a tribute to one of the Cars, Tow Mater from the movie Cars right here, which is pretty rad. Very cool stuff indeed. We're gonna walk around the building here and let you see the building in its entirety and all the stuff that it says around it. little seating area out here to the side. And I hear the restaurant in there is really, really good. So they got a good sandwich in there and stuff like that. You get a whole meal for around 14 bucks. You come out here and hang out. Or you can eat in that old school retro diner in there. That was pretty rad while you charge your Tesla. There's a little monument around here for somebody. We'll go take a look at that, see what that's about. Bill Mack, better known as the Midnight Cowboy, 29. I'm just gonna hold that there for a second so you can read it. Looks like he had a trucking show. He was a songwriter, country music, country western songwriter. More than 85 albums and singles. Holy crap. So this guy is a prominent musician for the Texas area for sure. Get a good look at this guy here. There's a little plaque for him. Looks like he's there on the radio. This guy's influence to country music is legendary, it says. Well, all right. After a long, windy day of filming and driving in the wind, man, the wind was crazy on the way here. It was like 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. Luckily, I got everything done today that I wanted to get done for sure. But yeah, I'm starving, so. Yeah, I'm starving, so. A little bit of manwich will go a long way. Check that guy out. You know, I had a pretty good day today. Had a good few days, really. Had a good few days, really. I mean, y'all are seeing me check off bucket list items for sure, and you're probably going to continue to see that. Throughout my travels, because man, you know, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I live in a van and travel in a van, is I want to see these places. I want to experience these things. I wish I could travel every day. I wish I could travel non-stop. I mean, obviously I live in this van and I'm always in this van, and I don't have any other house or anything like that, but I wish I had the money to just move every day and just continue traveling every day and seeing things. But you know, I gotta work. I don't make any money off YouTube, and I don't have any other income besides you know, seasonal work and things like that. So I get to travel, you know, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 months out of the year, which is pretty damn good, really. That's like half of it, I would say, but sometimes a little less. But yeah, I mean, I do without things, and I work really hard, and I made it to where I am mobile, so I can go and see these things. So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the rest of the night, watch some TV, and just relax. So if you guys like my content, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, come back and see me. Yeah, I'll see you on the next adventure.